RFM News for our sponsor Guardian Jewellery, Toronto Town Square and the Esplanade, Warners Bay.
It's 2 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Jacinta Lee with 2NURFM Hunter News. A court has rejected former Newcastle Mayor Jeff McCloy's case against the chief of the Independent Commission Against Corruption. It's the latest chapter in the political donation scandal of 2014, which resulted in 10 state Liberal MPs joining the crossbench or quitting politics. The court has ruled ICAC leader Megan Latham acted with scrupulous fairness in pursuing McCloy, and she should not be forced to step down. Justice Robert McDougall has comprehensively rejected McCloy's apprehended bias accusation and ordered him to pay the Commission's costs. Another company belonging to Nathan Tinkler has gone into voluntary administration. The Newcastle Herald has revealed Hunter Ports was taken to the Supreme Court in September of this year. Sydney firm DLA Piper Australia reportedly applied for a wind-up order relating to an unpaid debt. The company is now in the hands of insolvency specialists, with Sydney's Thomas Dawson appointed administrator on Tuesday. Prosecutors in the case of Newcastle man Luke Williams are urging a Canberra court to consider personal deterrence when it comes to sentencing. 30-year-old Williams pleaded guilty to beating his twin brother over the head with a guitar, causing major head injuries. Prosecutor Phoebe Burgoyne-Scutts told the court Mr. Williams showed no remorse for the attack, which left his brother with a depressed skull fracture, a fractured eye socket and bleeding on the brain. Williams will face sentencing next week. A Hunter magistrate has made waves for calling out an alleged domestic violence victim who withdrew her testimony in court yesterday. Raymond Terrace Local Court heard the 24-year-old woman was pulled from bed and bashed by her partner in August, evidence she later recanted, and the case has been thrown out. Magistrate Les Brennan said the prosecution's case was white-anted and the woman was doing her family a disservice. Robin Cottrell-Jones from Vocal says there's a gap in the system.
The person perhaps who wants to withdraw the charges needs to actually be given the opportunity to speak to specialists about what that really means. When the victims don't understand what the consequences are, they don't understand that they can't ever use this particular example again by telling one story one day and a different story another day, and that can be used against her.
An elderly Seahampton man has been rushed to hospital for injuries sustained in an apparent home invasion this morning. The 69-year-old suffered cuts to his arm in an assault during the armed robbery on his 4th Street home. Police were called in at 10:30 and have cordoned off the residence. The crime is being investigated. There'll be changed traffic conditions on Northcote Drive from today as workers install new signs and a pedestrian refuge. The work will be focused between Kinross Avenue and Wade Street, with maintenance to improve drainage also on the agenda. Motorists can expect a reduced speed limit from today until December 18 and should also prepare for lane closures and traffic control. Hunter pet owners are being urged to keep their animals out of harm's way as we head towards Christmas. The Newcastle Animal Referral and Emergency Centre often experiences a high volume of injured pets around this time of year, with toxic foods, plants and hazardous Christmas decorations the primary causes. CEO Wendy Fisher says pet owners should keep an eye out.
I had a dog in the other day that had eaten a couple of kebabs with skewers still in them, and that was, very difficult to remove. Just being very aware that food is up and out of the reach and keeping an eye on the children and what they're doing with their food as well, I think is really important.
In finance, the All Ords is down 77 points at 50.54, and $1 Australian dollar is buying 72.90 US cents.
Sport, thanks to our sponsor, Warners Bay Sports Club.
Newcastle cricketer Mitch Fox is recovering well at home after a tragic car accident in the UK in October that claimed the life of his Uphill Castle clubmate Ashley Doyle. Fox suffered multiple fractures in his pelvis during the crash and was staying with his former West teammate Will Plummer until it was safe for him to fly home this week. The 24-year-old says he is overwhelmed by support offered to him by the cricket community and is hopeful he will one day be able to play again. Newcastle Knights under-20 star Jack Cogger has become the only one of his teammates named the New South Wales Blues under-20s preliminary squad. And the 18-year-old will enter a high-performance camp in Sydney this weekend in preparation for his sides clash with Queensland as the curtain raiser for State of Origin Game 3 in 2016. The under-18s Knights fared better in the selection, with 7 squad members selected to join the New South Wales under-18s camp. And the stakes will be high for many Rio Olympics hopefuls when the annual Hunter Track Classics kicks off at Glendale next month. Newcastle discus star Ben Harradine will also conduct a training workshop the following day. That's sport. I'm Gary Lysart.
2NURFM news time is 2:04.